Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. You're really only 10 trades away, 10 good trades away for you to doing really well in the markets. And let me explain what I mean here. So the big thing that I've been seeing across the markets right now, and even some of my traders, is that they want to trade a lot. And here's the thing. If you want to trade a lot, you're going to have a lot of losses, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and you're probably going to blow yourself up. All right? So, and you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to get in and get out every single day in these markets, then you're probably over trading. And I want to sort of neutralize your journey here. It's like, okay, you're only 10 doubles away. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you started with $1,000, and you say, okay, then I'm looking for a potential trade. And now, if you use leverage, or if you're using margin, or if you're using, say, options, or forex, or these futures and stuff like that, then we don't need a big move, right? Especially like with options, if we're just buying options, we don't need a big move, right, to do the 100%. Now, I'm not saying if you got a $1,000 trading account, you wouldn't just put the whole $1,000 onto one trade, right? What I'm talking about here is just a general, this is the general sort of overview of why it's not about, making good money from the markets is never about having a lot of trades, right? It's more about what are the type of trades that's likely to give us that potential, again, a double. And again, if you use, let's say, because we're looking at the stock market just then, if you use the stock market and you're using options, you know you don't need a really big move to make 100% return, right? These options can do 400, 500, 600% return and more. So when looking at the markets, it's like, okay, if we can find trades that can potentially do 100% return, okay? So we have a 1,000 into 2,000. Okay, I know this is a black and white statement, but bear with me, okay? Why you don't need 100 good trades a year to make good money, right? We're just looking for what? We're looking for potential doubles, trades that do potential doubles. Now, I know there's losses in there and so on and so forth, okay? But just bear with me, okay? So 1,000 into 2, the next double is 2 into 4, 4 into 8, 8 into 16, 16 into 32, 32 into 64, 64 and 120. Starting with $1,000. Now, I'm not saying if you had $1,000 in your trading account, you wouldn't just put that whole lot onto one trade, right? You need to be much smarter about that. You know, it's like if you had a $5,000 trading account, you might do, you know, maybe a few $100s. If you had a $10,000 trading account, yeah, you might go through that, right? But you're only literally starting from a $1,000 position of just 7 really good, high quality trades for you to doing 6 figures, and then next double is 264. So and then 512, and then over $1 million. You are literally only 10 trades away. 10 really good trades away. Now again, guys, the trading system I use gives me a potential of actually doing that double, right? Especially when I get those really good quality setups. And so what I'm getting at here is that why you actually wanting to the amateur traders and the non-professionals, what do, right? They're in and out of these markets a lot. They're trading and trading and trading. Oh, the market's gone up. Let me get in now. Or let me try this. Or let me try that. Or let me try this. And they're very active in the markets. And that's always been a big problem, right? Because I talk to some of my private clients. And when I talk to them, one of the big things is that they take their job mentality, right? I'm working every day and I'm making money every day, or I'm making money every week, right? I'll get that weekly paycheck or whatever. And they take that mentality into the market where they've got to be doing stuff every day. They've got to be trading every day. And yeah, I need to make money every week. This is the big thing that stops traders, right? Because they take that job mentality and they take the working mentality and they go to the markets, and therefore what? They start to get, I'm just sitting here not doing anything. I'm not making money. I need to be trading. And so what do? They start to trade, but guess what happens? They lose money. Because they're trying to what? They're trying to make money. right? Now, obviously we're trading to make money, but if you can understand that they're trading to make money, but are they most of the time, are they trading because it's a really good quality setup, or are they just trading anything just to try to make some money, right? Probably the latter. They're trying to trade anything just to make some money. So as you can see from here, that if we could, even if it took you 2 years, 3 years of just sitting back and waiting for good potential trades, and this is where again, go into my free trading course. I'll share with you a good trading setup. This is where if you can just spend some time doing some analysis, or investing in some courses, or getting some coaching or whatever, for you to actually to be able to say, you know what, yes, I'm only literally 10 doubles away from doing $1 million. And even if it takes me 5 years to find even if it took me 5 years and I took 20 really good trades, and some of them weren't 100%, some of them are 50%, some of them even 20 or 30% losses. Let's just talk options here for a minute, okay? So maybe some of them, and then maybe out of those 20 trades over the next 5 years, you had 2 or 3 of them run on for a 500% return. I've in the last 12 months, I've had a couple of trades that's done over 1,000% return. It just blew me away. But guess what? This is where if we can just step one, try not to have that mentality that I need to be trading a lot, because that trading a lot mentality is now stopping you from actually getting ahead in the market. Because I'm sure, and I've been there so many times, where at the end of the month, I've been trading a lot, and I just said, I just wish I didn't even trade this month. Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? And then suddenly, where did all the money go? All right? And gone, right? It's like, it's gone. And that's what happens to most traders. And what's kept me in the game for so long has been understanding this one thing. And the more patient I can be with the markets, right? Because we watch the markets all the time, we see these things happening, we get these emotions, right? Because we want to make money, and we're watching these things take off, we watch these things crash, we're watching these markets move. But if there's not a good quality setup that you believe in, right, your edge, then guess what? Now you're going to start to pick, and you're going to start to get the FOMO and get into the markets at the wrong time. You're probably going to get in at the end of the move before it pulls back, and you're probably going to lose some money. So this is where traders like step one. You either got 2 choices here. One, find someone. If it's me, get part of my coaching program, and I'll teach you. I'll help you. I'll coach you. I'll teach you, and I'll show you the systems, and I'll show you the things that's going to give you the potentials of doing 10 doubles. No, there's not a lot of those that come, or I should say, no, there's not a lot of trades, man. There's not trades every single day. I don't trade every single day. I do market updates for you guys and all that sort of stuff, but I don't trade every day. I'm actually just waiting for those really good quality setups that's going to give me the potential of doing what? A double. Because I know that I'm not that far away from actually making that $1 million. Makes sense? And that's where you guys are as well too. Because if you're trading, say for example, you're trading the stock market and you have 2 months of no trades. Oh, John, this sucks. I thought that, I'm here to make money. I'm not here just to sit around and watch the markets. And so this is where the biggest problem, because like right now I have a coach, and my coach, he makes millions and millions and millions of dollars a year, right? And how does he do it? He does it because he does it by only trading. He's more like a sniper approach, right? Waiting for those really specific times in the markets. So the market's going up, market's going down, market's creating all these patterns, and all you're doing is you're waiting for a good quality setup. And again, guys, this is where if you don't know what a good quality setup is, that's what you need to. If you're not willing to invest money into a program like mine or someone else that you really like and go deep with them, then you need to put in the work. I spoke to someone recently, and he was the exact same boat. He didn't want to invest into any program. He just wanted to get free YouTube videos. So your step number one is then, what is your edge in the market? What's gonna give you that really good, strong potential edge of doing a double? If you don't know, that's where you need to work, right? That's the gap. That's the gap. Okay, what am I looking for? So you can either spend the next probably couple of years, going out there and looking all the patterns and start to develop systems and processes that potentially do that. and then you can crush it, or you can shortcut, decades into days. And that's what I did with my coach. That's really helped me. And get part of something. If it's mine, get part of my coaching program. I'll definitely help you out there. If it's someone else, but definitely find something, but then go deep with that. Okay, don't find something and then say try it and then say this doesn't work and then move on. No, go deep with that and go from there. And I promise you, traders, like let's just say for example, you took 30 trades, right? 30 trades from now through the end of 2025. But by the end of that 30 trades, let's say there were some losses in there and there wasn't quite doubles. There was maybe a 50% in there. There's maybe some 20 or 30% in there as well too. But by 2025, guess what? By 2025, you've only taken 30 trades. 30 trades in how many days? Let's bring up the good old calculator here, because I'm trying to share with you guys how you're not that far away, even over the next few years. Even when the market's crashing, guess what? Buy put options. Look for really good quality shorting opportunities, right? 365 days times, where are we right now? 2020, 3, 4, 5. So that's actually what? 365 times 3. That's over 1,000 days, and then you probably got another half there, right? That's over 1,000 days. Over 1,000 days. Over the next 1,000 days, you're only going to take 30 trades. Let's just say you only took 30 trades, and some of them are small losses, and other times they'll and just say out of those 30%, you had 1 out of every 10 take off like a rocket and did 400 or 500% return. You see what I'm saying there, traders? You actually, and by you being really active in the markets all the time, guess what? That actually slows you down from actually making money. It's a thing that I've had to learn so much in these markets. But then when I started to really understand that I don't need a lot of good trades to make a lot of money. I just need to wait for those really good high quality trades. And if you can do that, and if we can, because we've got the system, right? And this is where like 95% of your success comes from the mindset. If people say, oh, bullshit, John. It's like, if you're new to the markets, you'd say bullshit. If you're not new to the markets, you wouldn't say bullshit, right? Because you got the system. Go to that johnsfreegift.com. I'm actually teaching my system for free. That's actually a really good starting point. Take that system that I use and run with it. Start to develop your own rules around that if you want to. Or if you really want the help, just join my coaching program, something like that. Email me and I can help you out from there. Or there might be a link to something around here. But the thing is that you're actually not that far away from doing it. And if we can just sort of stop ourselves, and again, going back to the whole mindset thing, right? So we have the trading system, but you have the system is one, but how are you? If you have a good trading system, but you're a shit trader. What is a shit trader? You're not consistent at the markets, right? There is a thing that I did just recently, and let me just share this with you here. And where are we? All right, here, all right? So there's a thing that I did recently for here. When you do, you do, and when you don't, you don't. When you do follow your system rules consistently, here's the big key, guys. And you know what I'm talking about here, right? So you're not. And this is where having a coach, this is where like my inner circle program is like 10% teaching you the techniques, because I just teach you the system and it's the same thing every single day. And then 9% of my time, I'm trying to get you to focus on just staying consistent. When you do follow it consistently, every day you follow what? Consistently the one setup that's going to give you what? Potentially, back over here, 10 doubles, right? You see that? So it's going to give you the potential of doing 10 doubles. When you consistently, that's always the hard part, isn't it? Because consistently means if you have a whole month with no trades, well, guess what? You don't trade. Simple as that. Because guess what? Guess what's going to happen when you take a trade based off what you think, hope, or fear? Guess what happens? You end up getting knocked over the head. You end up going backwards, and you're like, "Oh man, I should have been there." I have had the T-shirt. I got the T-shirt for that, right? And then you do the whole thing. Oh man, I wish I didn't trade, or this system sucks, or this doesn't work, or the market's rigged, or the market's changed, and all these other excuses of why you haven't done well. Apart from the one thing that it's one thing is you haven't consistently followed one plan that you know that's going to potentially give you a double. Now, again, you're going to have some losses in there, right? Not every system is foolproof. You're going to make some mistakes, and then you're going to have some really good wins, right? When you consistently follow, you do well. When you don't follow your system consistently, you don't do well. When you do, you do. When you don't, you don't. So that's what I wanted to share with you right now, traders. Please, a bit of a motivational sort of thing to get you going for the week. But I really want you to understand here, guys, that you're not that far away. Okay, you're really not that far away. All we need to do is just quieten that monkey brain, right? And especially when we're watching so much stuff out there, we need to understand that, okay, let's bring this back to basics. Okay, what am I looking for? Even over the next 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, right? This is how you really can go from having a small trading account to $1 million trading account in a matter of a few years. Now, how is that possible? Well, you really need, if you're willing to spend the next 3 to 6 months, working your absolute ass off. And what I mean by working your ass off is that working really hard to find one thing. Find one thing. If you're not willing to invest in any program or anything out there, then you need to spend that time there, right? And if it is, come join my coaching program. I'll sort you out. And then what you need to do is you need to go over it again and again and again and again and again to develop your confidence, right? Because you buying a system or become part of a program such as mine, guess what? You're getting it, but you're not confident yet, right? Because you haven't seen it enough. But once you see the same thing happen 1,000 times, and now you've got a massive portfolio of screenshots of all these different types of trades that have happened in the past that meet those exact same rules. Guess what happens? Now your confidence goes up, and when that goes up, that's when you start to say, "Wow, if I just wait for these setups, then that's when I know I'm going to do really well for the markets." Make sense? So this is where I really want you guys can crush it so much in these markets. So please stay sort of patient, stay calm. And if you don't have that edge, if you're just trading based off a whim, like if you're just trading based off a YouTube video, or if you're just trading based off a tip, that's not long-term edge, right? Let's actually put the edge back on your side, and let's actually sort of slow down, because if we can slow down and really be methodical about our steps, you'll notice that you'll have less stress, more freedom, and then you'll actually get to your goal a lot quicker by us just sort of slowing down.